Hello fellow Nerdmaids and Nerdmaids-to-be, my name is Faith and today I'm going to be going over my entire Monofin collection. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I collect mermaid tails, but not only mermaid tail skins, but the monofins that go in them. Now I know I don't have like the biggest, most complete monofin collection. A lot of the monofins I have are pretty similar, but I thought I'd go over all of them and talk about what tails I've used them in, where I got them, what I think of them. I'll also be mentioning a few monofins that I've tried out, as well as some that I no longer have. So the first monofin that I ever got to try and ever used, or ever had, was the FINFUN Monofin Pro back in 2014. This is the newer one I got kind of beginning of 2017. It had the old polycarbonate insert, not the black one that they have today, and it broke and everything was stretched out and bad, so that was my first monofin, but I really love the FINFUN Monofin. They're good monofins. They're easy to use. Back in the day, kind of the only other monofin similar on the market was the MAGICTAIL one, and the old MAGICTAIL monofin was just complete trash. It was heavy, it was hard to swim in, the insert was stiff, and there was like screws and stuff. I did a video way back when I thought I knew what I was talking about the monofins. That video was a disaster. If you want to see it, you can click right here. Who remembers this one? I was so excited to get this monofin. So this is a latexy, rubbery monofin that's kind of a little bit of a knockoff of the Mahina, but it's very small, it's meant for kids, it's very heavy, it's not buoyant. I used to have these black foot straps and stuff, but what I did like about it is that I could use it inside my FINFUN, my MAGICTAIL, and my Suntail's tail skins. I kind of basically gave up the FINFUN to use this, and I really did like it. I like the more natural flow, I like that it wasn't as boxy. Now, I don't really recommend this fin anymore, mostly just because over years of use and seeing better monofins that have come onto the market. I don't think this one is super great. You can barely find it anyways. It took me a lot of digging to get it. The foot pockets are very, very small and tight on me, and so I don't even use the foot straps. It actually broke, so it was fun while it lasted, and I really enjoyed it, but this is definitely a retired fin of mine. My third monofin was the one from the Two Tails. I am showing you guys this one because this is the one that isn't in a tail. The other ones I have from the Two Tails are inside of both my Two Tails up there. So this one is pretty similar to the FINFUN. I'd been using the MIRAGE and the FINFUN before, and so this one seemed like a bit of a downgrade. Honestly, like, I started using it again when I went on tour just because it's very small, so I could easily fit it in my suitcase. It was one that I could teach people how to mermaid in, so I've actually got a newfound appreciation for this monofin. It's not the best monofin, you know, it bends, it's not very powerful, it sometimes slides off your feet because the foot pockets aren't actually socks. I actually do use this in my tail skins, like from FINFUN and Suntails and stuff. You know, it's a little bit smaller, so it looks a little odd, like you have like tail skin flowing over it, but it works, so that's what I like about this. My fourth monofin was the Planet Mermaid one. It's upstairs in my little sister's room, and I'm too lazy to get it. I'll just show some clips of it. That one is very, very similar to the FINFUN. Now, it's probably just a little bit smaller than the Two Tails one, maybe comes to up about here, so I use it in my Planet Mermaid tail skin. I haven't used it in any of my other tail skins, but my little sister uses it in her FINFUN, like, kid-size tail instead of the Monofin Junior. I know they have an adult version of it now. I haven't used it, but I'm assuming that it would be pretty much the same. My next monofin was from Suntail Mermaid. I didn't review their tail skin, but then Suntails was like, hey, can we send you something? And I was like, how about the monofin? They're like, okay, do you want it in blue? And I was like, yeah, I do. So yeah, this is the monofin. I did a review on the monofin, basically. It's a good design. I think they did a really good job. It's just that it doesn't quite compete with ease of use as other monofins on the market. It's not as flexible and comfortable as the FINFUN. It's pretty stiff. The design is lovely. I love the ridges. The foot pockets are pretty accommodating for all feet sizes, but it is, just because it's a little bit wider, I don't know, I find that it gives me foot cramps and stuff, so I haven't used this monofin in a pretty long time, and I don't even use it really to teach beginners because I have better fins that are easier for newer people to use. I still enjoy this monofin, and if you're starting with the Suntails, you could totally stick this into a FINFUN or a MAGICTAIL. It's a pretty wide one. It's wider than most of these average kind of things, so it might stretch out your tail skin, so you just gotta be really, really careful. Alright, next one was the Mermaid Cat Shop monofin. I've loaned that one out, so I don't have it. I never really used it all that much after I reviewed it. Came with this tail skin, Aurora. It was very, very different than any monofin that I had gotten, so I kind of explained it like wearing a FINFUN is like wearing a pair of flip-flops, and wearing the HYDRA is like wearing a pair of roller skates. That's what it felt like. It is a very, very good, stiff freediving monofin. It doesn't really suit my style of swimming and my style of mermaiding because it is very, very heavy and powerful, but I do really enjoy kind of doing freediving stuff with it. I repurposed that towards the end of 2017 to fit in my neoprene tail. You can see some videos of that. And that one did work super well with the neoprene tail. Mermaid Moongazer, who saw me struggling with a spandex tail and the HYDRA, said that would work way better in a neoprene tail, and she was right. I think the next tail monofin I got was this one from FINFUN. This is my most recent FINFUN. I'm looking at it now and I'm like, oh you poor thing, this one has had a lot of love. Again, this is one that I use for people who just want to try out mermaiding, so it's had some scrapes and some scuffs and things, but I still love it. Very comfortable monofin. I don't have the amp. I haven't tried the amp, but I know my good old friend Courtney Mermaid does, so. The FINFUN is just a good one. Their new updated one, this was in 2017, was really good. I did enjoy using it a lot. I use the FINFUN pretty much anytime I want a light tail to swim in. This is just like the best of all of the FINFUN shaped polypropylene ones I have because it fits with like the overall average of all of my tail skins that are like basic FINFUN shaped. A FINFUN shaped tail is anything that's like Suntails, MAGICTAIL, FINFUN, You're a Mermaid. The FINFUN is just the overall average along consumer mermaid tails, and it's grand. Pretty much everyone starts out with one of these. This is probably the best monofin I would say for anyone who's starting out, who's probably a little bit shaky on the swimming part or just wants something that's easy to transport, easy to store, all that. Love this fin. I feel like I've outgrown it, but I still like using it on occasion. And then the next monofin I got was, oh right. This is the next monofin I got, the Mahina. This is my favorite monofin. Oh, I could go on and on about the Mahina. Now, I know a lot of people are like, it causes blisters, it causes foot cramps. And so a lot of people have to make modifications to their Mahina due to like these things, so they'll shave that off, cut this part open if they have high insteps. I have the small, and I have small feet. I have size 6.5, and this is meant for sizes 6 to 8, so it sometimes rubs, so I do put on neoprene socks or spandex socks, but sometimes I don't. She is a fickle mistress, but I love this fin because, first of all, it looks mermaidy. It has a mermaidy shape. Some people don't like these scallops. I do, but you know, you can always cover it with a tail skin. Just go whoop, whoop. They've never really changed their product, which is interesting. You know, if you look at Taylor, like, he's changed his product like dozens of times over the last couple of years, but Mahina, they just don't, because what they do works. This fin is so incredibly durable. I've had this for just about 2 years, and nothing except for like some scraping has happened to it. It hasn't chipped, it hasn't cracked, it hasn't melted, it's got stains on it, it's got scratches on it, but like the foot pockets are still holding up strong. I hang it like by these things. I put hooks in here and hang it on my wall, and it has like absolutely no sign of that. You know, my friend Mermaid Kaida, she's had her merfin for like 6 years, and it still works just as fine as it does on day one. I can use this fin, and it's got like that same like flow and flex of the Mirage that I really wanted, but it's big, so it definitely like gives me more power as I move through the water. It's just a great design. I love this monofin so much. And also, I travel with this fin. This is one of the 2 monofins I took on tour with me. I folded it in half, and I stuffed it in my suitcase. And so if you see me on tour, I'll probably be swimming with my Mahina. This is awesome. Now, would you guys like to see my least favorite monofin? Yeah, you do. This piece of trash. My God, it looks like the Mahina. Yeah, it does. They started selling their mermaid tails in conjunction with companies like MAGICTAIL and Swimtails, and I think Mermaid Ink as well. For some reason, MAGICTAIL also made this. This is hot garbage. Remember how I was saying like the old MAGICTAIL fins were bad? This is even worse. It's made of the, I'm pretty sure it's made of the same like clear plastic material, which is kind of heavy but buoyant. It's just so garbage. I've swam in it maybe 3 times in total. My sister uses it. She prefers this over the Mahina, but she's nuts. Well, also because it fits her feet better. She's got bigger feet than me, so this is more comfortable on her feet. But dear God, this is just a monster to swim in. Like, it's like humongous. So the like size of feet compared to the size of monofin is ridiculous. Don't ever get one of these. The one I got after that was the Luna! That's the fittest Luna! If you guys like saw my review and stuff, you saw that I like initially wasn't a huge fan of the Luna. Going from the Mahina, this is just very floppy. It is extremely floppy. It's floppier than the Mirage, I'm pretty sure. This is the Luna. Whoop, Whoop. And this is the Mirage. With something this floppy, I couldn't get as much of a powerful kick. By this point, when I got this, I had improved my swimming so much and improved my skills that I wasn't a super big fan of how kind of slow this fin is. Now, this is a massive improvement from the old FINIS monofins. If you were an early Courtney Mermaid follower, you know that the Aquarius is garbage, and the FINIS Mermaid fin is garbage. They saw that it wasn't helping them, it wasn't helping companies like Mertailor and Swimtails get repeat customers, and so they designed this fin. Now, I got it with AQUA tails. Because I have a small foot size, I could have fit the large, but I also fit the small. So this one is meant for kids, but there's really not too many differences between this one and the big size. The big size of the monofin is about roughly the size of a Suntails, and this one is just smaller. So maybe because I have the small one, I can't go as fast as if I had the big one, but I have tried the big one, and it's like, I'm not super fond of my swimming experience, but everything else about the fin is great. Like, this has held up really well. I haven't had any issues with the foot pockets tearing. It's really, really, really comfortable. I describe this monofin as the Crocs. If you put on flip-flops, yeah, you look mainstream, you look great, they slide on easy, they slide off easy. This is like the Crocs. They're comfortable, they're more sturdy than flip-flops. If anyone is looking into monofins after a FINFUN or a Suntails or something like that, I would definitely recommend the Luna. And after like lots of more vigorous testing than my initial review, I actually can put this in a lot of my different tail skins, like my FINFUN and my Suntails. It does like poke out the end a little bit, but it's honestly not that bad. This is also a really great fin to travel with. I was able to fold this up, stick it in a duffel bag, and go on an airplane to visit my family in Saskatchewan. I just really, really, really prefer the Mahina over the Luna, but it's still a good fin for me to have. I really hope that FINIS will continue to improve upon this product instead of just sticking with the same product for 6 years. If they had like stronger ridges on the side, maybe a little bit stiffer silicone, kind of like how Mertailor does his foot pockets on his silicone monofin, then I think that would be an improvement on this fin. If they just made it a little bit more like the Mahina, I'd like it. And speaking of silicone monofins, yes, I'm aware the Mertailor has the fantasy monofins. It's just never really been a good time for me to review them. I would like to eventually one day. My thoughts, I have swam in the first one, and same thoughts as the Luna, you know. I want the Noom. I want to go Noom. I haven't tried the Fantasy 2, but I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's fun.
When I was in Virginia, I was able to try out the Fantasy 2 monofin, and I have a few thoughts on it. The first is that it's very heavy. It weighs about 15 pounds, and so my main complaint with it is that it's very, very tough on your calves. I definitely feel the burn with this. I was using the Mahina before, but I find that this is much, much flowier. But in regards of ease of use, I think I will always love the Mahina more just because I got a little bit more propulsion with it, and I find that it was more comfortable to swim in regards to weight and buoyancy because the Fantasy is less neutrally buoyant than the Mahina. As well, the Mertailor is a bit slower.
Like, the Mahina is just my jam. Alright, the next monofin I received was the Abyss Mermaid one. This one, yeah, it came with my Abyss tail skins. My sister has the other one. This is not a fin I super like that much at all. It's pretty cheap. It's degrading. I've swam in it like 3 times maximum. And it's very floppy. It's similar to a FINFUN, you know, it's got that same like black plastic stuff, and it's really weirdly shaped and wide that it's not practical. It's fine, but like, don't really get this. Granted, it does have foot straps on the top to keep your feet more in place, but that really doesn't make much of a difference. I think that FINFUN addressed that problem the best with like actually integrating foot pockets into their design with the FINFUN Advanced Monofin Pro, so I hope to try that at some point. Companies like Abyss Mermaid and the Two Tails and Suntails that like are like, haha, it's better, we've got straps on the top. Doesn't really work that well, you know? Once I got introduced to the design of dual foot pockets, I was like, oh, that's what the big deal is. Speaking of dual pocket monofins, I will briefly touch on the Mermaid Linden monofin. I would recommend Justine, the Mermaid Seamstress's review on it. She's got a really good review, but I do like that monofin. I have tried the kids version and really did like it. I just haven't gotten a chance to review that one in particular, but one day, maybe, possibly. I think that one is a really good monofin. Kind of a mixture between like a FINIS Rapid and the FINIS Luna, so I would definitely recommend that one if you're looking into another monofin options that you can somewhat sort of semi-wedge into FINFUN shaped tail skins. And as well, the FINIS Foil, I've tried that one. You're not really missing much if you don't get the FINIS Foil, but what I do know about the FINIS Foil, and from trying it in FinFlook fabrics, is it sucks. You kind of feel like a duck almost with that one. You're like, quack, quack, It's not like the best monofin, but considering that it came onto the market like 8-10 years ago, you know, it was good for its time. I can't remember when I got it, but at some point I got the FINIS Wave last year, and actually I really enjoy that monofin. Probably because I think it was more comfortable for me than my other freediving monofin, the HYDRA, so I really enjoyed that one. It had more oomph than the Luna, and I don't think I've really stuck it in any tail skins except for maybe my open bottom ones, like my Virtuoso ones. But I did enjoy that one. I did a review with my friend Rebecca, because she has one as well, and they're very fun. I did actually end up using that one to put inside my Mermaid Amethyst tail. I don't know if that was the best choice, but I wanted to save some cash. I probably could have fit the FINIS Rapid, but the FINIS Wave is meant for smaller feet, and so I do find that it fits me just perfectly. Like, I know, I'm so privileged, you guys. I don't really get foot problems. My feet fit into a variety of different monofins with no issues. I am very, very privileged. If you're anyone that has like larger feet than me, you might have different experiences. FINIS Tempo. This is such an oddball. It is the one that was originally made for my neoprene tail. This one is like a very well-loved monofin. It is definitely way more flexible than the FINIS Wave. Like, it's a soft plastic. It's so soft. Like, look at this. I don't really use this inside of tails except for my neoprene tail. I haven't used this one as much as I should, but I like it as purple. I think it was kind of like a precursor to the Wave, an easier fin for younger people to use. I don't give this fin as much love as I should, but I think it's a very good monofin for training and stuff, but don't expect to find this on the market because I'm pretty sure they discontinued it like 5 or 6 years ago. I was just very lucky to get one secondhand, so thank you, Mermaid Moongazer. And this guy! What? Another Suntails monofin, you ask? Yes, this is kind of their more improved design. I really can't remember what I said in my review video of it, but it is neat. It is more flexible, I know that. I'm sorry, Suntails. It reminds me of a recycling bin. They did include a back heel strap that I actually lost, which was unfortunate. They did improve on their original design, and I think this is the better design. It's less breakable. If any of you guys had their older version, it may have cracked if you used it. So they're like, we have a better monofin, please don't hate us. It's definitely a smoother design than their other one. Their other one was kind of jagged. So I use this in my Suntails, the Sapphire, the deep blue one I got. Not really much to say about this. You know, it's basically the same, just a little bit more refined design. Oh, this one, the Euro Mermaid monofin. And this is pretty much the same as the FINFUN, which they did advertise. They're like, you can fit this fin in all your other tail skins. Like, you know, they are essentially the exact same. But the FINFUN is a slightly better design, and the Euro Mermaid is the more basic design. I swam in this the other day. Like, you know, I have outgrown this type of monofin, but I keep getting them to review them. Euro Mermaid is based in the UK, so if you don't want to get a FINFUN with all the shipping stuff, Euro Mermaid is probably the way to go. The last one is this guy, the generic monofin that you get that's not quite the FINIS Wave. Let me just compare this to my FINIS Tempo. It's basically the Wave. Pretty much the same monofin, just a kind of Chinese knockoff. You know, it's kind of the same one that AQUA Mermaid uses, but like, they claim it's not, but it is. Obviously it doesn't have the FINIS branding on the back. It works. I used it in my Mermaid Aqua tail. If you saw my review, you saw how much I kind of utterly despise it, but I bet you could probably use one like this in the FINFUN fabric tails. Now, it just doesn't feel like as good plastic as my FINIS Wave. Unfortunately, my FINIS Wave is stuck inside my Amethyst tail, so I can't show you guys what it looks like, but it's fine. I don't know how long it's gonna hold up, but for the purposes of using it just inside this tail, I'd say it's okay, but in regards to like training and stuff, I'd rather use a better monofin like this one or the HYDRA. So that's that one. Now let me think if there's any other monofins I've tried. I don't think I've tried the Rapid monofin, but it's pretty much the same as the Wave, just a little bit stiffer and bigger. Again, like, this isn't the most complete collection. There's people that have like more of the newer tails and stuff, but just because given of like the tails that I receive and stuff, I tend to just take what's given to me. I don't like, the thing is, I don't really have much of a passion towards finding another monofin because, in my opinion, the Mahina is the perfect monofin for me. There, nice little castle of monofins. Look at that. My empire, my glorious empire of monofins. So that is all my monofins. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of cross comparison of them. Let me know if you have any other questions about them, and I do hope to review some of the other ones that I addressed in this video fully. I'm a busy gal, I've got things to do. This is one of the last videos I'm filming in this room before I go on tour and stuff again. Oh, and if you guys are interested in how I hang up my monofins, I will show you. This is pretty much how I hang up the monofins on my wall. So I have a bunch of like hooks that I just purchased from the dollar store, and I kind of vary where I put them. Thumbtacks work just as well to kind of support them on the wall or hang them up, so that's kind of my storage solution. It varies from monofin to monofin, but my Suntails one goes like this, and my Mahina, you can see the foot holes, and I hang it up like that. So that's kind of how I do it. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, give it a thumbs up. Comment below any other questions you have about these monofins or the things you desperately want me to review. I'm trying my best. I'm a very underpaid YouTuber that's busy, but I will do my best. If you guys want to try and do some meetups as I'm traveling throughout the USA on my tour, please follow me on social media. That'll be the best way for me to announce where I'm going and when I'm going to be doing meetups, and I would love to see so many of you guys there. I've already done so much of it on my fall tour, and it was the best, so I'm hoping that the East Coast tour is going to be even bigger and better. Subscribe if you haven't already to see more of my wonderful mermaidy self and other things I get up to, and hit that bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload. I do premieres now, which are pretty cool, and you get to see kind of a behind-the-scenes commentary of the videos that I make. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!